Hey everyone. Isn't it remarkable how just a few simple daily practices can really profoundly impact our lives? For example, sitting in silence for 10 minutes each day and removing yourself from external stimulation. Two, consciously ending this negative self-talk and stopping this judgment of yourself and others. Three, just writing down 5 things that you're grateful for every morning, each time you wake up before checking your phone. Four, maybe take a 15 to 20, 30-minute walk outside and just soak in that fresh air and sunlight. Five, read just one page of a book, filling your mind with new perspectives and positivity. So adopting these simple habits, it could lead to immediate improvements in your life. It would, even just after one day. And if you consistently practice that for 30 days, you could significantly reduce any anxiety that you have. You would be able to manage stress levels, of course, and you'd diminish any depression. And in fact, it may just go away altogether. You would skyrocket your happiness, your well-being. And so to me, it's really fascinating to consider that such simple actions really could yield such powerful results. Yet, despite the simplicity and potential impact of just those 5 things, many of us struggle to incorporate any of these habits into our daily lives. So the question remains, why don't we embrace these practices more readily, given the potential to transform our lives so dramatically in such simple ways? So hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already part of my tribe. My name is Anahata Holly Hallowell. I'm the founder of the Alchemical Academy, and I'm the creator of the flow state technique. So why don't we embrace these practices habitually? And I just want to say it's normal, but that's just it. We are creatures of habit, of defaults. And oftentimes we know what's best for us, but we don't commit to changing our current patterns. And it's easy, to do it for a day or two, but often we get distracted by this hard, stressful world and we go back to our patterns. And I've been there. I know I've had stressful times. It was about a decade ago that I was really at a pretty rough spot. I had lost my invention to a corrupt business partner. I had been laid off my corporate job, and pretty much everything I thought defined me had been turned on its nose. And it was like the universe had really pulled the rug from under me, and I was just free falling. And so I tried everything to find my footing again. You name it, I did it. I was doing all the personality tests, career assessments, life coaching. I was really desperate to figure out my purpose and to understand why I felt so lost. And so the crazy thing was, it wasn't until I stopped trying so hard and started listening, really listening to the rhythms around me and within me, that I surrendered and things began to shift. And I mean, really shift quickly. And I've taken the last decade to really distill the discoveries, the remembrances that I have. That's my sole purpose, why I'm here, to share the flow state technique with you. And it really only takes 30 minutes a day for 30 days. And it can and will completely transform your life. I actually now guarantee it. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. And I know it does sound like one of those, oh, this is a, too good to be true infomercial, right? And I get it. But there have been hundreds of students through this program since I began it. And, we are part of this amazing rhythmic universe. The moon, it's full right now. It waxes and wanes. The tides ebb and flow. And even our bodies have natural cycles, obviously. And so the cool part is you can tap into those rhythms in a way that aligns with your goals and your dreams. And it's cyclical, it's natural. You no longer are working harder, you're working smarter, and you're flowing with the flow, basically. Flow with the flow. And so I have found finally this right combination after struggling myself, and it just clicked. And I really want to share that with you today. And I'm not going to ask you to dance naked under the moon or anything crazy like that, unless you want to. I'm not going to judge you. But it is, it's about small, simple steps that are going to compound and add up to big transformations. So let's talk about where you might be right now. If this sounds familiar, you wake up in the morning and instead of feeling excited about the day ahead, maybe you're feeling stuck or like you're just going through the motions. Maybe you've got an okay job, a nice home, but there's this nagging feeling that something is missing and that this isn't really what you're meant to be doing with your life, that there's more. Or maybe you know exactly what you want to change, but every time you try to make that change, it's like you're hitting this brick wall and you're motivated one day, but by day 3, you're back to your old habits again. And it's really frustrating and confusing and self-sabotage, if that's a word. But I have been there too. We all have. And it's like we're standing at the edge of this huge foggy forest called your best life. And we know that we want to get to the other side, but we have no idea which path to take. Should I go left, right, straight, ahead? It's overwhelming, to say nothing of the obstacles that will certainly arrive, having us retreat back into our comfort zone. And so I just want to be real with you, this whole just set goals and crush them, that just doesn't cut it. It works for a very small amount of people some of the time. But for most of us, traditional goal setting is like trying to hammer a nail with a banana. It just doesn't quite do the job. And that's because we're not robots. We are, complex, emotional, fluid beings with ups and downs, good days, bad days. And we can't just program ourselves like a computer and expect everything to run smoothly. However, there are defaults, much like computer software programs running on default. And that is the key to what I'm talking about, your bio water, the 99.9% of you molecularly, which is water. And so it is a jungle out there in the self-help world. One guru tells you to visualize your success, and another says, oh no, you need to focus on your fears. And this book tells you, wake up at 5 a.m. And that podcast says, oh no, you need to sleep in and wake up naturally. And, it's enough to make your head spin, really. And so with all this conflicting advice, it's no wonder that we often end up more confused than we started. And it's like trying to, drink from a fire hose of information. You end up more wet and frustrated than actually hydrated, if you know what I mean. So here's the thing, and this is really important. It's not your fault, but you do need to take ownership. So let me say that again. It's not your fault, but you do need to take ownership. The fact that you're here listening to this means that some part of you wants to change, to grow, to become the best version of yourself. And that desire, that's the first step. That's the spark that we need to fan into a flame. And if there was a way to cut through all the noise, a way to tap into your own inner wisdom, and to really be accountable daily, to align with those natural rhythms of life that are actually going to support you in making the changes, and most importantly, have them stick. That's what I really want to share with you. And so it's called a liquid plan. And I first want to tell you, it is liquid, and it's not another rigid self-help program that's going to give you this one-size-fits-all solution. It's not about forcing yourself to become someone you're not. And it's definitely not about adding more stress and pressure to your life through this commitment. Instead, a liquid plan is a journey. It's a journey of self-discovery. It's designed to work with you, not against you. It's about tapping into the natural rhythms of life, the same rhythms that govern the tides, the seasons, and even our own bodies. And, I know firsthand that this makes the difference, all the difference in the world. Now, you may be wondering, what's with natural rhythms? It sounds really woo, but you guys, what does rhythm best? What does cycles best? Nature. And so a liquid plan is structured around that 360-degree manifestation process. It's a lunar cycle. And I am talking about the moon because the moon is water and moon is emotion. And your thoughts are electric. Your emotion is magnetic. It's the law of attraction and action. So if you're not working with the lunar energies supporting you, the water is, the tides are, nature is. And again, I'm not going to ask you to howl at the moon unless that's your thing. But it is extremely powerful to overlay goal setting and manifestation with the 29.5 day precisely lunation. Within that cycle, there's different phases: the new moon, the waxing, the full moon, the waning, and each of these phases has a different energy, a different focus. And you're going to use that, if you join the program, to your advantage. It becomes a cyclical way of being. It's a liquid lunar lifestyle. And the new moon, for example, is perfect for setting intentions, planting seeds of ideas. The full moon is for celebrating and honoring what has been. The waning, really reflection, letting go of what no longer serves us or what no longer is us. Likewise, building up in the waxing with what you really want to do, what you want to focus on, how motivated you are. And so those rhythms are not then fighting against the current. There's time for rest and there's time for action. And if you're trying to act during restful times, then you're going against the flow. You're working harder, not smarter. And so it really makes all the difference in the world. The best part is, this isn't about making drastic changes or overwhelming commitments. I'm not going to ask you to overhaul your entire life overnight. It's about small, consistent steps that compound over time. A lot of the students who join one lunation join again and again and again. In fact, some of them have joined all 9, in fact, 10. We're on the 10th cycle. If you can believe it, I've been doing this for 10 full months daily. January was when I started, and every 29.5 days, I take people through this beautiful journey. And that's just it. If you were to improve just 1% each day, after 30 days, you'd be 30% better. And actually probably 35 with that compounding effect. So small steps, big results. Chemical changes, structural changes, habitual changes, be it to see it. And so what does this practice look like? It's 30 days, 30 minutes per day. And some days involve reflection, some simple exercises, some activations. It's gentle guidance to help you along the way. Some days you may be journaling, other days you could be doing a visualization exercise, or maybe you'll be learning about your unique energetic blueprint. More on that later. It's pretty mind-blowing stuff. The point is, it's doable. And most importantly, it's designed to really fit into your life, not take it over. Because remember, we're not aiming for perfection. We're aiming for progress, for alignment, for flow. And when you are in flow, that's when the magic happens. That's when you start to uncover your true potential, your true purpose. And flow states are really peak performance. They say, and I didn't make these numbers up, they say that, if you are in flow state, you are 1,000 times more productive, 500 times more creative, and your intuition is off the charts. So there's nothing more exciting than that, when you can work smarter, not harder, using less energy, getting more done, honoring the cycles. And so I want to tell you, you know, imagine if you were uncovering this unique blueprint for your own individual success, not someone else's idea of success, your own personal roadmap. Oh man, living life that feels truly fulfilling and authentic for you. And that is the flow state technique. It's exactly what we do. Um, we dive into some pretty cool concepts that I'm really this is next level stuff. So you have your own energetic design that is your optimal. You're the best version of yourself. You're the divine template you came in to evolve into. And some people are morning larks and others are night owls. Some of us are extroverts, others are introverts. And it all goes way deeper than that. And each of us has our own genius zone, how we interact and influence the world and make decisions, and even how we recharge our batteries and how we communicate with others. So you'll discover your own genius zone, your own energetic design through a liquid plan. And finally, you'll have this user manual for yourself that you never had before. Suddenly, things will start to make sense. And of course, we have this amazing opportunity to understand what truly lights us up, what makes us feel alive and in our element. And when you're aligned with that, everything else starts to fall into place. And then, of course, the flow state. What is that? These moments when you're so absorbed in what you're doing that you lose track of time. I'm going to allow you through this journey to start tapping into flow hacks. Things just start to click. That's flow. And it's not just for artists or athletes. It's everyone can tap into flow states. And in a liquid plan, I teach you how to do it more consistently and more effortlessly. And, it does help because the journey begins with stripping away what's not truly you. All those shoulds, the expectations that you've picked up along the way, the programming. We really just those limiting beliefs, right? The things that have been holding us back epigenetically and subconsciously and habitually, we let go of those. And then when we peel away those layers that aren't really us, then you can truly embrace who you're meant to be and then frame your goals from that place of what truly matters with the new moon and moving forward. And that's how we do it. That's the beauty of the liquid plan. I've designed it to build day by day, allowing for natural integration. And it starts day one. You build on the day before, but it's nonlinear. It's cyclical. So it's like building a house, and then going through and optimizing each room. All of it is making it who you are, your home. And so when we work with the lunar cycle, you're going to find that certain themes naturally arise at certain times. Right now it's the full moon, and whenever you're watching this, it may be a different cycle, but you might find yourself feeling more energized, more ready to take action. And then as you move towards the new moon, you might feel more introspective and ready to set new intentions. And so it's not about forcing change. It's about allowing change to happen naturally and aligning with these rhythms with your true self. And it's about making space for your authentic self to emerge in the first place without distractions. So there's nothing more powerful than when you start to live in alignment with who you truly are. It's like the universe conspires to help you. It was always doing that. But if you're focused on the not having, the not ready, the not clear, that's what it's also giving you, right? So these opportunities through the flow seem to appear out of nowhere. Things that used to be a struggle suddenly become effortless. And it's because you are in the flow. You're engaged, present, clear, winning, tapped in, right? And it's a magical process. I can't wait for you to experience it for yourself. It may sound a bit abstract. There's too much to describe. People in the liquid plan. It brings me to tears at the end, hearing about the transformations that blow me away every single time. And, a phrase I heard yesterday from one and is echoed through many of my students is, I'm no longer thinking about it, I'm living it. I just was like, wow, that's awesome. And that's just really what it is. It's what it's all about. It's about peeling back all the layers of who you think you should be and reconnecting with who you truly are, and then taking the actual steps to actually follow through with being the best version of yourself. And so transformation just doesn't do justice to what it is. When you have that life purpose and joy, and it's autotelic, joy of the journey, not the destination. The point is getting there and being resilient and ebbing and flowing and being capable. Then you start to show up as your authentic self to others. And that really, your relationships improve. Of course, your health improves, your career takes off in ways you never expected, or you start your own new thing. You find passion, purpose in places you never thought to look. And it's just like dropping a pebble in a pond, because that one small action, that commitment to 30 days creates this ripple effect that extends far beyond just you. It goes to your family, your friends, your colleagues. They all benefit from you being more aligned, more authentic, more you. And so I want you to feel at home with yourself and to have that sense of ease and fulfillment and alignment rippling out, touching everyone. That's the real impact of a liquid plan. And so it's pretty darn amazing to witness. And I can hear some of you saying, oh, great, sounds great, but, and so I really want you, to understand what those buts are. One, I don't have time. I just don't have time. And I totally get it. You're busy. But here's the thing, a liquid plan is designed for busy people to free up your time, to buy back your time. It's 30 minutes. That's it. And those 30 minutes, you could spend scrolling through social media or binging on Netflix. This is about redirecting that time into something that's going to actually change your life. And, that's shorter than most TV shows. It's a quick workout. It's, 30 minutes. They compound, they build. And before you know it, those small pockets of time have added up to this massive change. And it actually is interesting because a liquid plan actually frees up your time, because I'm going to teach you how to master flow states and the 80-20 rule and other things to prioritize, to let go of the things that aren't moving you forward in your life. You're going to finally come up for air and go, oh my gosh, right? And you may think another obstacle, you may be going, it's going to be so complicated. A lot of people are afraid that it's going to be this complicated system you need to figure out. And that's not the case at all. Whenever you join, that's the day you join. You don't have to go back and catch up. You just join and move forward. And you can loop around at the end, because guess what? It's all cyclical. It happens again and again and again. So it's about flow, not force. And flow is optimal peak performance. And it involves being present, engaged, but capable. If you're bored, ain't going to happen. If you're overwhelmed, ain't going to happen. There's a sweet spot. Okay. So I'm not going to cram a bunch of complex ideas into your head. You get to zoom in to the things you're really interested in, and out to the things that maybe you already know or aren't up your alley right now, or bandwidth. So, when you're like trying to remember something, and the harder you try, the more it slips away. But then the moment you just relax, just pops into your head. We work with neuroplasticity on the journey. It's called neuromanifesting. So we're really creating the conditions for your best self to naturally come forward, not through force, not through struggle, just through surrender and allowing. And then I want to just chat with you before I end about the results. And some of you, I may, it sounds so special and extraordinary, but the thing is when people join, they always tell me, I can't believe I had no idea it was this special and extraordinary. It's like, well, I told you, but I get it. Some programs you join and then you're like, well, that was, and I want to tell you, the process works if you commit. So it's that simple. If you show up for 30 days, that's all I'm asking, then it will work for you. And if it doesn't, I'll refund your money. Honestly, I have never had anyone do that, because if you show up and you do it, it is so transformative. And it's like, you can't force a seed to grow by yelling at it, and you can't force this process. You just commit, you show up, you do the work, and you trust the process. And then the results 29.5 days later yield this beautiful harvest that you'll, be surprised and you never expected. So this is my challenge to you. Give yourself these 30 days. Show up for yourself. Commit to this process. What do you have to lose? It's 30 minutes a day. And what may you gain? A whole new way of being, of living, of showing up in the world. And it is worth it. And you'll know pretty quickly how special this is. So if you are ready to take the next step, the investment, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And I know that when it comes to personal growth, it can feel like, you're being asked to shell out a ton of money with no guarantee of results. But that's not how I do things. I believe so strongly in this process, in the flow state's power to change your life, that I want to make it accessible to anyone who's ready. And you do need to be really ready, right? Not just thinking about it, but if you're in, you're in, and you're going to commit to do this work, and it's going to be amazing. And so the deal with that is normally the tuition for a lunation, 29.5 days, is just $297. And when you consider the transformation it's bringing to your life, that is absolutely beyond fair. But I really want to make this a no-brainer for you right now. And so a limited time, I'm talking the next 48 hours, you can use the code I'll give you for $100 off. So it will remove any barriers between you and this life-changing journey that you're about to embark on. So $197 for the whole journey. And you'll always have the replays. You can come around again and again. You can do the lunation cycle for the next year if you want. It's up to you. Pardon me. And so, yeah, again, you may be thinking, well, what if it doesn't work for me? And that's where I put my money where my mouth is. And, I'm so confident that a liquid plan is going to get you results, that if you fully participate in each of the 30 daily lessons, and at the end, you're like, I will give you back your money. So full refund. So the keyword is participating, right? This isn't a magic pill. It's not something you can just buy and expect miracles without putting in any effort or attending the class, right? You have to show up. So you have to do this if you're going to do this. And this is about your journey. And I'm here to guide you every step of the way. I can't do it for you, but I will make it as easy as possible. Think about it like a gym membership. You can have the best trainer in the world, the most expensive gym, but if you don't show up and lift the weights, you're not going to see the results. So it's the same principles here. But again, if you do show up and you commit and you put in the 30 minutes a day, I promise you the results will come. And if not, I will give you your investment for the tuition back. All right, guys. So where the heck do you sign up? Are you ready? I am so excited. I want you to be the author of your own life story and to make edits. One of the things I teach you is the concept of the simulation theory of life, where we live in this matrix, this game-like matrix of every opportunity at every moment. It's up to you what path you energize and where you collapse the wave function and the timeline you choose. And you can always level up. You can always choose anew. And so now's the time to join, because today's the full moon. We start, and you can join all the way up until the 20th, and then the doors are closed. So make a decision. You're at a crossroads. You and me, are you coming through? I hope so. It's a liquid plan again. Now you know what it can do. It's your decision. And I want you to remember, you have a unique gift to offer the world. You are one of a kind with talents and perspectives that no one has. And it really is time to declutter and discover what those are, your place in the world, your role and your potential, and then unapologetically follow it. as sole author of your life, to stop living someone else's story. Start writing and winning on your own. The first chapter of that story starts right now with this decision. So I hope you're ready to join us on this 30-day journey. And all you need to do is head over to neuromanifesting.com, neuro-manifesting.com. And when you get there, you'll see all the details about the program and a button to register. Don't forget to use coupon code TRANSFORM. That's all uppercase, TRANSFORM at checkout, and you will get $100 off. TRANSFORM, all caps. And again, we start on the full moon, which is today. So don't delay, but you can register all the way until the 20th. So again, 48 hours, basically. I hope that this has been exciting for you, and that little voice inside your head is saying, yeah, you know what? You magnetize this information. Don't wait. Take that step forward past your comfort zone. Your future self is thanking you already, which is another thing I teach you how to do. Is time's not linear. Your best life already exists, and pulling that potential through into the now, right? Through that quantum leap. And so as we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought, that you're here, you want to be here. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, bite-sized nuggets that you can digest, always moving forward, and a joy of the journey. Cultivating that autotelic framework is the point of life, right? And when you're aligned with your true self and you're clear on where you're headed, change doesn't have to be a struggle. I teach you as well to feel into your comfort zone and moving past it as exciting rather than scary, right? Subtle differences, and it's going to feel very natural, even effortless, like you're finally swimming with the current instead of against it, right? And I've seen this power in my life firsthand and in the lives of the hundreds of students that have taken this course with me in 2024. And so welcome. If you're coming on in, A Liquid Plan is here. There's nothing like it. And it's like putting on a pair of glasses and seeing the world clearly for the first time, seeing your role and the sovereign power you have to create it. And I would love for you to see this potential for yourself with new eyes and a strong, clear path, knowing that we're with you as you take it. The community aspect of this program is absolutely next level as well. All right, guys, love to you and yours. Thanks for listening. If you stayed this long, go to neuro-manifesting.com, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Happy Pisces lunar eclipse supermoon. Let the journey begin, neuro-manifesting.com. And message me also, guys. This full moon is different. There's a lot of synergies, a lot of things coming through to support you, whether you join A Liquid Plan or not. Do message me, private message me, Moon Water, and I will send you this amazing document I have prepared for those who want it. It's the Lunar Eclipse Pisces Supermoon Elixirs to create some magic moon water. You get to choose from 1 through 6 codes. So go within your heart brain and ask, what do I need this beautiful Pisces lunar eclipse supermoon to elevate into the most authentic next level version of my best self? And choose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Message me moon water, and I'll give you that, and you can decipher which code you chose. And it's a very simple process. Through A Liquid Plan, I teach you how to do water bending, which is writing assisting frequencies on paper and taping it to water. The water, there's science to it, all explained in A Liquid Plan. When you drink that, reality, your body unlocks through the wormhole. See my little wormhole here. Water is wacky. There's some things about it that defy logic, Newtonian physics. We are into the quantum domain with water. I wrote a best-selling book about it called Light Memory: An Alchemist's Guide to Waterbending. But water science and medicine is the next frontier. And we're finding some really amazing things that the molecules of water can do when it's structured. And of course, within your own biowater, which is H3O2, which is star tetrahedrons holding hands, which gets you online with divine. This may sound like French, but at its core, it means every water molecule is connected to every water molecule, and you are 99.9% water molecularly. You have access through quantum entanglement to all of Akashic possibility. So when you know this, you can collapse the wave function. You can start tapping into the resonance of the version of you that's required to meet that version. Some doppelganger stuff happening, and this can be the life. You don't need to wait to become and do. You can do anything. You just have to be it to see it, and I can teach you how to do that. At the very least, get the moon water code to me, password, if you will, and I'll send you the PDF. If you enjoy that, go to neuro-manifesting.com to join a liquid plan. Again, we are starting today, September 17th. You can join all the way through the 19th if you're hearing this late. There's no lateness. You come in on that day, you loop around to the first view at the end of the cycle. Why? Because it's a never-ending cycle. We are always ebbing, flowing, growing. And I hope that this message finds you in high spirits and a joyous demeanor. And if you're down and out, for goodness sakes, do something about it. This could be a major step, the pivotal moment when you decided to change. And guys, we're coming into the holiday season. That's the other part of this. It's like, we're coming into 2025. How can you prepare yourself now to navigate the waters of change that are happening and the upcoming stress and pressure of all of these festivities that culminate into January, which is, come on, we all know it's like, it's either a time where you set goals that you won't follow through with, or you're disappointed, or both. This can be the year when you finally get into the swing of things and actually start progressing. All right, guys, love to you and yours. Have a great day. See y'all later. Bye for now.